In today's Quickie, we're reviewing the 2025 Hyundai Tucson. This Limited comes in at around $41,000. Underneath the hood of the Hyundai Tucson, this one is equipped with a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated engine with 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque, mated to an 8-speed auto. This is equipped with all-wheel drive. You can get it in front-wheel drive. You also have your choices between a plug-in hybrid with a 1.6 liter and a standard hybrid with a 1.6 liter turbo as well. I'm seeing about 28 to 29 miles per gallon with my conservative driving. For 2025 refresh, we have updated styling with more vertical pieces on the front grille, and they've condensed the daytime running lights that used to cascade for a total of 10 bulbs, now only has 8 bulbs, 4 on each side, so a little bit chunkier, a little bit taller. The front fascia at the bottom bumper has also been upgraded for 2025. The Limited has a 19-inch wheel design that has been updated for 2025, and from the side the Tucson looks almost identical versus a 2024 model. And I think that's a good thing, because when you look at it from the side, you're not going to mistake the Tucson for anything else with its aggressive lines and crisscrossing patterns. We have a couple differences on the rear. Obviously the rear bumper has been updated, looks real clean, no visible exhaust pipes. Even though this is not a hybrid or plug-in hybrid, there has been a nice upgrade to the windshield wiper here, which has been elongated for 2025, and you can see that it nicely tucks up underneath the rear spoiler for really clean glass presentation with the Hyundai logo built into the glass. You're gonna have to reach low for the hatch latch. Inside, we're greeted with a copious amount of storage space. We do have a 12 volt with 180 watts. You can fold down these seats with some lever action. Voila. We also have a nice spare tire underneath this floor. We have multiple level of reclining rear seats, which I'm a big fan of. Mat pockets on each side, vents for the rear passengers, 2 USB-Cs that are illuminated. Closing the rear door. Hard touch plastic for the top portion of the door panel, a little soft fabric here, glossy black, and we do have heated outboard seats. And with this Limited, you also get this huge panoramic sunroof. Smart key access is only on the front door here. Turning on the AC is an absolute breeze. This climate control, which has been updated for 2025, is very simple to use. Rotary dials. AC works pretty well in here. I also have ventilated seats on this top of the line trim. Look, they moved the volume knob adjacent to the climate control. Still have physical buttons for the built-in software, which makes it easy to get out of the Apple CarPlay Android Auto. You just go to Setup or Home to get back to your shortcuts. Pretty simple. I like this updated 12-inch screen that also is curved a little bit towards the driver. You also have this fingerprint scanner new for 2025. Let me know if you guys are ever interested in a fingerprint scanner for your vehicle. You'll be able to turn it on without the key. This Limited also has a head-up display that will put on your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto navigation turn by turn. We do have memory seats as well. A lot of glossy black here, and we don't have auto folding mirrors, which sometimes is included for top-of-the-line trims. Center differential lock, auto brake hold, which is memory. We do have a 360 camera, and you can see the resolution's quite good here. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse so you see the predictive lines as well. Paddle shifters here to row through the 8-speed auto. You also have this eyeball sensor here, which I typically try to avoid in most of the cars that I drive. Radar cruise control, lane keep assist. Also, you can thumb through your different screen information pages here. Volume and presets on the right hand side, which is nice, customizable button. And you also have the Hyundai logo abbreviated here in Morse code. Also down below you can see some ambient lighting. This has been reworked. 2 USBs, one for data and charging, a combo. You also have a 12 volt with a nice spring-loaded action. They have put the charger here, which actually has been working quite well for the wireless charger, because I have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is obviously a function here. And lifting up here, we have a little bit of storage with a small felt lined liner at the bottom. Also new for 25 is this updated dash here that has storage, kind of like the Santa Fe, but the vents are a tad bit lower compared to the pre-refresh. They were above the screen previously, and the screen was a little lower, and we had touch capacitive buttons only, no rotary dials in the pre-refresh. I would say overall this is a huge upgrade. 187 horsepower. Barely cuts it here. And the horsepower is not the issue, it's really the lack of torque. You know, 178, but it feels like it's never there. And maybe I've been spoiled. I've only driven hybrid and plug-in hybrids of the Tucson previously, and I'm always pretty pleased with those powertrains. They're snappy, they have great torque response, they're smooth, they're quieter than this naturally aspirated non-hybrid setup. And hybrids are still easily found. It's not like they're too hard to find. It's not like they're too expensive. I know a lot of people just prefer not to have a hybrid, but I'm telling you, the hybrid is a better, way better user experience. And I'm actually a little bit surprised the U-turn ability here is great. It's just nothing. There's nothing here. And sport mode does help a little bit. Sport mode helps just a little bit to make the transmission a little bit more motivated, but still, it's a very underwhelming powertrain, mediocre at best for the Tucson. All right, so fuel economy, like I said, it kind of surprised me. I was seeing 28, 29 miles per gallon with pretty conservative driving. After idling it, it's all the way down to about 26 miles per gallon. Hyundai estimates, let me double check here, Hyundai estimates about 24 miles per gallon city. If you're doing a lot of stop and go driving, I could see that absolutely. And with this at elevation, if you were to drive this in California or Colorado at elevation, I would have to get the hybrid, absolutely, because it's turbocharged. So you're not going to have issues with torque with the turbo, and then you also have the torque of the electric motor assist as well. All right, so yeah, this would not be the powertrain of choice absolutely for me if I was looking at a Tucson. Hybrid is the choice, not the plug-in hybrid. It's too expensive. All right, and you don't get enough power for that plug-in hybrid to offset the added weight of the battery pack, in my opinion. So let's play with the paddle shifters real quick. I like the numbers that pop up here to tell me what gear I'm in. There's just nothing there. Absolutely nothing there for power. All right, so done with the powertrain. It might be fine for some people. It's very mediocre and underwhelming compared to the hybrids, but the tech in here is great. Love the head-up display. These dual screens are great. Like I said, the lane centering in here. You don't even need to have cruise control on, which I'll go ahead and put it on for you guys. While I talk about the interior. This is also new for 25, is the gear shift. Previously was somewhere in here. Now that's where the phone charger is. We have a lot more cargo space, of course, down below as well. So gear shift is great here. I really like it. Reminds me of some of their EVs. The Santa Fe has that same gear shift. There's a mosquito circling me right now, so I'm going to be lunch meat for that mosquito. Yikes. All right, like I mentioned, the volume knob, the buttons here, I'm very happy with. Yes, it would have been great to have physical buttons for the climate control. Yeah, but Hyundai's auto is so good. You have 3 different settings, high, medium, and low auto, and then you can control the temperature, so you really never have to play with the fan speed a whole lot, in my opinion. All right, so you're hardly ever touching these buttons down here, the touch capacitive buttons, so it's a non-issue for me. I love all these additional buttons here. For, you know, auto start stop engine, take that off. It is a bit abrupt in here, so I just take that off or turn it off. And you have a center lock here to force all-wheel drive if you want it. But that sums it up for today's quickie with the Hyundai Tucson. It is a good vehicle. It is best had with a hybrid. If you want more impressions and more deep dive, check out my full-length review on my main channel called Kirk Kreifels. Signing out from the Hyundai Tucson. Have a great day. See you in the next quickie.